Happy Monday, everybody! Today is a non-pupil day at school, but we thought we'd give you a sneaky Mr. Dyer's challenge assembly today anyway. Lots of you are at home today, the vast majority of you, and lots of you will be starting your home learning tomorrow. That'll be going up on the website, ready for you to have a go at tomorrow. Some of you, a few more of you, will be coming back to school tomorrow, having not been in school for a little while, so we're really looking forward to seeing all of you. What I'd like to do in this very short Mr. Dyer's challenge assembly is I'd like us to think about the fact that we are all in this together. We're not all going to be learning in the same way or even in the same building over the next few weeks, but we're all Team Brixington and we're all in this together. So let's think about how some of our values apply to all of us still, no matter where we are. What I'd like you to do for Mr. Dyer's challenge this week, I'd like you to take our values, you can see the poster here, and I'd like you to apply it to your own situation, your own learning situation over the next few weeks. I'd like you to think about one or all of the values, it's up to you. And I'd like you to think about where you will be learning. Perhaps it will be at home every day with your parents, or even mostly by yourself if you're one of our more grown-up children. Or perhaps you'll be learning in school Monday to Thursday in a class that you don't normally and haven't normally been in. So perhaps your classroom will be slightly different. What I'd like you to do is apply our values to your new situation. So for example, if I am a year 2 child and I'm moving classroom and I'm moving teacher, perhaps I'm being taught by Mrs. Rickwood in 3K all of a sudden, then I would like you to think about how these values still apply to you, but how they might be applied in a slightly different way. So for example, we treat all adults and children with respect as a really important one of our respect values. You might change that, you might adapt that to how you will show your new teacher what respect looks like from you. Friendship as well at the top would be a good one to twist to your new scenario. You might add some extra bits in there about how you're going to make new friends with new children in your new class. Or perhaps you're at home. What does endeavour look like at home? Well, at school we talk about believing in yourself and being resilient. At home that might look ever so slightly different. You might not learn between 9 and 3. You might learn at different times. So for example, your endeavour poster might be all about getting up a little bit earlier every day to try and do some extra practice, or it might be about working really hard for half an hour before you're allowed a break. Whatever works for you, I want to know about it, please. So you could design a poster a bit like ours, or you could do it as a short video even, or anything exciting. But what I'd like you to do is just think about how our school values really apply to your learning situation over the next few weeks. Send them in, I'd love to see them. I always love seeing your entries for Mr. Dyer's challenge, and we're going to be doing some of them in school as well, so we'll be able to share them with one another. Now, the teachers and I have been thinking about how we can really make sure that we all keep our community spirit going at Brixington, and that even though some of us are at school and some of us are at home, we're going to make sure we keep our teamwork going as much as possible. And the teachers and I have got a few ideas about that. We'd be really interested to hear your ideas as well. But to get us started, perhaps you could have a go at this challenge for me. We'd really like you to recommend some books to one another, because lots of you have been reading lots of new books over the last few weeks. So we'd like the children who are in school to recommend some books for people who are at home, and some of the children at home to recommend some books for people who are in school, and vice versa. I'll start us off. If you go to our school website and the home learning section, there's a big picture that says free reading books, and if you click on there, it gives you some instructions for how you can visit the library app, and the library app have got lots of books you can read for free. So I went on there not long ago and I read The Jungle Book for free, and I thought I knew the Jungle Book story because I've seen several television and film adaptations of it, but I really didn't. The original Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling is really good, very good indeed. I'd recommend it for year 5 or 6 children. Because it's actually got some really quite grown up and slightly frightening scenes in there. Some of the characters who are funny and silly in the Disney film, for example, are not funny or silly in the book. It's a little bit darker and a little bit creepier, but really, really exciting all the way through. And Mowgli is such a brave character, and he does something really quite bold and frightening at the end to Shere Khan, who I'm sure lots of you know about. So I would recommend that one. So there's another thing you can be doing for us over the next few days and weeks. Shoot us a little video or write us a poster or a little email about who you would recommend, the book that you would recommend we read. And if you're at home, we'll recommend it to children in school. And if you're at school, we'll recommend it to children at home. Can't wait to see them all coming in. Have a really good week this week, everybody, wherever you are and whatever you're up to. And remember, we're all in this together.